Hello, Nourishers. I am here today to show you how to do your 2-minute self-love at-home facial massage technique, which is my favorite thing to teach you, and I think one of the most important things for at-home skincare. And so you want to do this technique in the morning. So when you're putting on your serum or your cream in the morning, don't just put your cream on. You're going to use this time to actually do a little mini facial for yourself. And then in the evening, and I always recommend right when you get home from work, you wash your face so you're removing any toxins, anything from the day that's going to be a contaminant or create free radical damage. You're immediately cleaning your skin, and then you're doing this technique right away instead of waiting many hours before you go to bed. So I'm using the Azurine Dream today, and it's a serum. So I'm just using 2 pumps. I like to first just apply the serum all over. And then I'm going to go back in and start this technique. I'm going to be talking a little more today, so it's going to probably be longer than 2 minutes, but you can break this down into 2 minutes, and even if it's 1.5 minutes, it's fine. But doing it twice a day, even if it's really quick, is going to make a huge change in the health of your skin, because basically what you're doing is you're creating all this chi, all this energy, all this vitality, all this detoxification, all this movement for your face. We're going to work on our face, our neck, our chest, our ears, and our head today. And then if you're using our Nourishe products, they are totally organic. We only use plants in our products. And so you're going to be almost like this magic eraser with your fingers and this intense nourishment with the plants that you're using on your skin. And that combination is going to be so healing, so activating, and so stimulating for your skin. So I always start here. This is my area. You can start somewhere else, but I tend to hold my stress here. So I make these little lines, this in glabella here. They kind of look like 11s. And so I'm actually going to follow that pattern. And I'm going to be going up and down, kind of in this area and even out through here. And I'm using a firm amount of pressure. You can probably already see that there's redness in my face. And I know that typically people are taught to touch their face very gently. But imagine we hold more stress and tension in our face than we do our backs. And imagine if you went and got a massage and they just did this to your back. Probably you wouldn't be too excited about your massage. So it's the same thing with the face. It's really important, and it's critical that we are our own self-care agents, our own facialists. It's really important that we have pressure twice a day on our face to be able to relieve these stress and tension points, and to be able to create more nutrition, more absorption, more blood flow into the cells and into the tissues. This creates detoxification and uptake of nutrients. And so I'm just kind of going to do this up and down a little bit. And you've noticed I've also been doing some circles. I get a little bit of soreness here occasionally. If I'm really good about this technique, I don't. And sometimes if I'm traveling a little bit or get a little dehydrated, I might feel a little more sensation. It's not abnormal for when you first start doing this technique for you to feel a little bit of soreness in any of these areas. I'm feeling a little bump right here, so I'm spending a little extra time here, just kind of activating this area and moving out this little knot that I'm feeling. And it does feel sore for me now, so that's okay. If you have pain, that's something you want to check out, but soreness is pretty normal. So I'm just doing these circles on the forehead. And then I'm going to go up under my eyebrows. So this area is really important as we age. If we have a lot of tension that we hold here, it's going to pull this area down and create some heaviness. And having a really nice, healthy, open eye just feels good on your face. So I'm going to be pulling this area out and up. I'm working on my bone is right here. So I'm not pressing at all below it, but I'm just pressing up on that orbital ridge. And then I'm going to kind of work my way out into the temple. So you can do some circle movements in the temple. This is a pressure point. And we're not, because we're applying so much pressure, we're not doing any lymphatic drainage, but this is an activation of the lymph here. And then I'm pulling all the way into my scalp. So I'm including my scalp in this part of the process already. And then I'm going to go back down. I'm going to be working on the nose. So one of the big things that I'm a proponent of is that you're not using any scrubs or acids or abrasive products on your skin to exfoliate. And so a lot of people are always asking me, well, how do we keep our pores clean and how do we keep our pores small and healthy? And it's touch. Touch is the technique that is going to support you in this process. This is also connected to the heart meridian. And so you just want to make sure that you are activating this area and that you're showing some love to your nose. So then I'm going to work under the eyes. The direction isn't too important, but I like to pull outward. This is connected to fluid, the kidney meridian. So I'm pulling out and I'll pull out right into this temple again, because remember, this is part of the lymphatic system and this is a pressure point right here. And then I'm going down under the cheeks. So I go this is where my cheekbone ends right here. So I'm applying a lot of pressure right under the bone. So I'm not pushing too hard on the bone. I'm pushing on that area right under the bone. So work on both sides of the face like this. And if you feel like for you going inward is the direction that feels better, that's fine. I like to pull outward because I like to also take care of this tissue in here at the same time. So I'm just pulling outward and I'm noticing a little bit of sensation here. So I'm just spending a little extra time here. And then I will work on top of the bone, but I'll use a little less pressure. And I'm just kind of pulling up, again, back into right into the hairline there. And so now I'm going to come above the lip and I'm going to start to pay attention to these nasolabial folds. So these are the nasolabial folds here. And I'm going to use 2 or 3 fingers at a time. And I'm going to really get in. So I feel a little bit of pressure right here. So I'm going to focus on this area. And you can even hold the skin back if you want to and use a wider position with your thumb just to pull this tissue open. You can kind of play around. You don't have to worry so much about technique, but play around with what works for you as far as getting this area to feel really energized and to feel really open. So I'm going to be focusing on this area, also above the lip. If you have lines that are forming in your lip, then this is the time you want to get with your fingers right into the lip and you want to just erase that area. You want to send a lot of love and a lot of energy into that area. Same thing below. You can work right into the lip. This is great nutrition for your lips too, to keep them voluminous. And then we're going to work down into the chin. If you feel like you have lines or you have some sagging here, you can spend more time in this area, tonifying, creating nutrition, blood flow, circulation. Then we're going to get into the jaw. And a lot of people do hold stress and tension in their jaw. So first I'm going to come into the jaw with these wide circles. And I do feel a little bit of tension right in here for myself. So I'm going to do just a wide, almost massaging out the tension there. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to do a little smaller circle right on that little point that I was noticing before. And then I'm going to get right under my chin right here, under my jaw. And I'm using more pressure with my thumbs. Basically what you want to do is just kind of create some movement and some blood flow, any areas that are feeling a little bit swollen or tense or tight for you. I am now going to work down my neck. So in this case, this direction is important. So you want to be working down because we've been doing a lot of detoxifying and we want to start to open these channels and pathways for this fluid to move down the neck. And so I'm working also right over my thyroid, just showing some love and energy to the thyroid gland. And then I'm working down into my chest. So you can take some patterns and some movements. Women tend to hold a little bit of stress and tension in the chest. And so you just want to open that up. If you feel any stress or tension, you can do some patterns where you're almost like grabbing the clavicle and just creating some movement here. And then you want to do some tapping on your thymus gland. So the thymus gland is connected to our immune system, and so is our skin. And this thymus tapping is going to activate our immunity. And also what I like to do at this time, because you want to spend about 15 to 20 seconds tapping on the thymus. And in 15 to 20 seconds, you can actually create soft wiring in your brain. So what I do at this time is I will just usually close my eyes for a second, and I'll visualize this beautiful white crystalline light coming in through the crown of my head and just bathing me from the inside and the outside, this beautiful light energy on the inside, my cells, my tissues, all of the veins, the blood, everything, the fluid is traveling down. And now I feel red. You can even probably see my face is a little red, and I feel a ton of warmth in my face, my neck, and my chest. So I just visualize that movement of energy traveling and just nourishing this whole upper part of my body. And so I'll do that. And if I'm doing that twice a day, and then eventually the soft wiring of the brain is going to become a hard wiring. And then I'm always going to be holding that vision of that beautiful white crystalline energy in my skin. When I'm done with that, I come into the ears. So the ears are very connected to all of the bones, the tendons, the blood, the joints, everything in our body is connected to the ears. And so I'll do some massage techniques where I'm just kind of creating blood flow into the whole ear. And I'm even making sure to get the back of the ear with my thumbs. So I'm creating some energy there. I'm just feeling really open in my entire body to receiving this blood flow and this charge of energy throughout the entire body. When I'm done, the best part is into my scalp. So I'm probably gonna mess up my hair now, but that's totally okay because it feels amazing. And right now I'm starting to feel even more blood flow. So I'm just there's not a lot of oil on my fingers, so I'm not gonna get greasy hair from this. But what I'm doing is I'm just creating this blood flow that's going from about the heart chakra all the way to the crown of the head. And then everything is going to move back down. This whole area of the body is so beautifully connected. And when we open everything up, we're creating more chi and more energy and more vitality. So that is it. You can do that so fast every day. You want to do it in the morning and in the evening. Really, if you have some beautiful music that you can play at the same time and do that visualization where you're just seeing all that beautiful crystalline white light traveling through and nourishing like a nectar that's nourishing you from the inside out. It creates this energy and this intention internally that's matching this external movement that we're doing. And make sure you're using organic products. If it's not ours, that's totally okay. But as long as it's organic and clean products that you're using on your face when you do this, because you're going to be getting a higher level of absorption. And if you have any questions, please comment on the video or write in. And I'm super happy to help guide you through this process. Again, this is one of the most important things that I think that we do for our skin every day. And I enjoy so much sharing it with you. So enjoy the day, and thank you so much for watching, and have an organically beautiful day.